Good morning. If you work in a trade, my business partner and I were painters for many years. We did faux finishes, murals, interior, exterior. We threw up scaffolding, did 22-foot ceilings. Definitely in the trades, right? Had my license. We were hired professionals. And we encountered people in that circumstance often. We'd come into their home, they'd lay out their plans, their hopes for what we would accomplish while we were hired by them. And then we would engage on the project, checking in as we went through it, and hopefully a happy client at the end, as most of them were. But many times the conversation would drift to something called a forever home. And if you watch DIY or self-improvement stations or you listen to podcasts, inevitably people will speak of this. This home that they have in their mind's eye, the dream for their life, the right countertops, the right amount of garages, the right ceiling height, window coverings, floor coverings, everything perfect for their forever home, for the dream they have of their life going forward. Sometimes we hear young people speak of the dream they have for their college experience, a rite of passage, and it is something that they can make demands on. They're entitled to, right? We're entitled to our rite of passage through college. We're entitled to our forever home. Deep sigh. If you live for any amount of time, you realize rather quickly that your forever plans are often dashed. Sometimes we have the answers we want, and life goes forward as we wish and dreamt of and hoped for and put on a spreadsheet. And other times, many times, it's not at all what we envisioned. Partners die. There's suffering, ill healths, struggles, accidents take place. Financial catastrophes. So many things go sideways that were nowhere in our forever plans. And as a person of faith, it's important to keep in mind, to bring to the foreground often, that God is not just a tangent on my forever plans, that God is not just a rest stop or a cul-de-sac or a side car to my plans. That it's important that God and my life of faith is the foundation for those plans. If my forever plans are based purely on what fits inside my head, believe me, I'm going to be disappointed. But if my plans are based on the vision of a God who transcends a timeline, who goes beyond my birth and death, who sees more than I see in a 24-hour day, then I can bet that as tricky and as often anxiety-provoking as it can be to put my faith in someone other than myself, then I can really bank on that relationship to be the bridge that allows me to segue from my hopes and plans to what actually takes place. The many times that we have been disappointed when our plans have not come about the way we'd hoped and planned for, God is that bridge. Post-Easter, it's really important to keep in mind Jesus opened the door to possibilities we never dreamt of. Imagine rising from the dead. That death proved no obstacle. And we look at our lives and we see so many obstacles because our plans are man-made. They are plans that fit in here. And God is saying to us, allow me to make plans with you. Expand your plans to include the plans that I have for you. And in those plans, the heart of the relationship with a God who loves us is there at its core. What if we joined our plans to God's?